I basically got called crazy today because I trade on the 15-second time frame. In today's video, I want to show you the power in trading in different time frames, what it means, how to analyze time frames, how to apply it every day in your trading. I'm going to jump right into it. Just do me a solid, guys. Like that shit, hit that like button, and hit that subscribe. It helps the channel go much further. So I was on the live stream today, trading live, and somebody called me crazy for trading 15-second time frames. It is crazy at first, but let me go a little bit further into why. Now, zooming out here to kind of explain the why, the ins and outs. Why even look at a 15-second? Why not just trade the 1 minute? Where are we at with this? Why don't you trade the 5 minute? Let's just zoom out and do a quick analysis on why. So when we look at the higher time frame, right now I'm on the daily. When we look at the higher time frame, right, we need to start here. You'll hear it everywhere in trading. It's trading 101, damn it. Everybody always says the same thing. Top, down analysis. Okay, what that means is I start from the top, 10,000 foot view, and then I come down into the weeds. 10,000 foot view being our daily chart here, the weeds being 15-second, 30-second, 1 minute chart. And that's all you need to do. So you start on the higher time frame. We're looking here. Okay, higher time frame says, okay, we've been overall pushing up the last couple of months. Overall, it's bullish order flow on the higher time frame. We have sequential higher highs and higher lows. So we've been pushing up for a couple of months now. So I'm still going to maintain a bias of long, right? I'm looking for upside moves. So I have a good idea of how the daily's looking. Then I zoom in, right? Coming into the day, I look at the hourly. I go, hey, how are we sitting, right? What are we doing now? What's in front of us? And I just keep narrowing it down and down and down and down and down and down and down. And it's really that simple, guys. Price action is fractal. It's models inside of models inside of models. If I were to zoom in on this section of the chart right here, if I were to just tell you, hey, this is the 15-minute, you would believe it. How would you know this is a 15-minute chart? How the fuck would you know? It could be the 5 minute, it could be the 1 hour. It doesn't really fucking matter. Take the approach the same. Just be cognizant of models outside of your realm. For example, if I'm trading on the 15-second here, this was a trade from this morning. So I come in here, I'm on the 15-second, I'm looking for longs. Here's the thing. Why am I looking for longs? I'm looking for longs because of the top-down analysis I just did. The higher time frames looking for upside. I'm looking for longs here. It just boils down into the model. Models inside of models inside of models. So on this move today, we started the morning off with this big candle. Okay, this is known as non-farm payroll, NFP. So I marked the high and low of that candle. Price started dancing along, and then boom, we tapped into it. As soon as you tap into it, that's your cue to zoom in. So I go to the 15-second and I look for a sniper entry. Here's the thing. I'm just going to give it to you right now. This was my trade today. I traded off this little blue box and I was able to hold price all the way to this white line here. That was my biggest trade of the year so far. And you can see that we did eventually hit it. It's just taking a while because we're on the 15-second. But you can see that we did eventually hit it. Here's the thing with the 15-second. Here's the reason why I use it mainly. I trade on the lower time frames. I typically trade on the 1 minute and so forth. If I don't find setups on the time frames that I prefer, I don't want to limit myself to opportunity. This is huge. Please remember this. Let's say I came up with this setup and I've only studied it on the 1 minute chart. And so there may be days where I'm not seeing that setup on the 1 minute and I'm standing here and I'm twiddling my thumbs. I'm like, when's my setup going to come? I used to see it every day and now I never see it anymore. This is why you don't want to limit yourself. There have been so many setups I've taken and they looked like they were going to be really good on the 1 minute, but it wasn't clear. And then when I went to the lower time frame, it was clear. There have been so many setups that I would have missed if I only focused on one time frame. It's because I went into those lower time frames, I found opportunity hiding underneath the weeds, and that is where you're going to strike. Now, one more tip. I'm going to leave you with this. When it comes to the lower time frames, note this. There's more opportunities, but there's also more risk, okay? More confusion, okay? On the higher time frame, there's going to be less opportunities. Think about it. Am I going to see more setups looking at the 15-minute all day or looking at the 1 minute? What do you think, right? There's way more 1 minute candles in the day. There's way more structure throughout the day. 15-minute candle, I'll get a couple of those a day and I'm done. 1 minute's where it's at, or lower time frames is where it's at because of opportunity. Okay. The second thing is you got to be careful because the cons with the lower time frames is you can get lost in the weeds here. The problem is when you're watching this in real time, this is dancing around a lot, guys. When you're watching this in real time, and so it can get really confusing. You might 1 second tell yourself, oh, we're going long, and then 1 second you're going, oh, I'm going short. So I would advise wait till you're a little more advanced, wait till you're more comfortable with the higher time frames, and then just kind of stair step it down from there. Now, I share daily on my Instagram and X, tidbits of information, golden nuggets on how to conquer your trading and become ultimately profitable. You can follow me completely free on those pages. The links are down below in the description. Other than that, leave this a like, go ahead and leave this a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.